Hi, I'm Linda Mitchell from Linda Lou Fitness, and I'm going to introduce you to my super duper sprint and bleacher workout with plyos today. There's just a few things that you need to bring with you. They're essential for your workout on a hot day like today. This is the middle of the summer. A nice sweat towel because you're going to drip with sweat. A sweaty band. This is in honor of Keep It Tight Fitness, where I teach classes. Shamelessly, I'm plugging. And plenty of water to hydrate. That is the most important thing when it's hot, is to stay hydrated so you don't get heat exhaustion and you can, deliver a good workout. And also, very important to me, as well as my son Jake, who's here with me today, is to bring some music, an iPod, to motivate you to the speed you want to run at. So if you're like me, you may not realize that on your headphones there is a left and a right. It tells you. I've been wearing them backwards for I don't know how long, but teenagers are great. My son today pointed out to me that I had them on backwards. So I'm going to turn them the right direction. And there we go. And also, if you forget your iPod case like I have today, you're just gonna, although you may look like you have a square boob, but that's the breaks when you forget your iPod attachment. All right, so now we're gonna stretch because it's really important just to limber you up and get you loose so you don't get injured when you are sprinting. You don't wanna pull a hamstring, you don't wanna pull a quad muscle. You wanna stretch a little bit, not to the extent of hot yoga. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna run some sprints. So your first few sprints, you shouldn't expect to run that fast. You're probably gonna suck on your first one or two. That's just getting you loose and warmed up. So I wouldn't recommend sprinting more than 30 or 40 yards when you first start. Just as a rule of thumb. I'm gonna sprint 100 today. That's what I like to do. That's what I generally do for my workout. And it really tends to tighten up your legs and burn that fat. So that's what I'm all about. All right, so you wanna be on the balls of your feet. You're gonna pump through your arms. You're gonna lift through your knees, and here I go. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I have a square head or something, but backwards headphones stay on my head better than the right way, so we've turned them. Hi, this is the second segment of the workout. We are going to do plyos. We are going to start at the end with walking lunges, and here we go. So walking lunges with your body weight is really good. You just want to do a lot of them. So you're going to come all the way down, you're going to drag and push through that foot. Step forward, knee over ankle, and I'm going to go halfway down the football field. 50 yards of walking lunges. Now we're going to go straight into what I call a squat jump burpee. 3 squat jumps. So you're going to come, and you're going to come up, jump, flat hands, jump back, push up, come up, squat 3, 2, 1. Jump up, jump down, back, push up, come in, jump 3, 2, 1. You're gonna do that 10 times. Now what we're gonna do is gonna fry your quads right on up, Linda Lou style. So what we're gonna do is called a frog jump burpee. So you guys have probably seen frog jumps. It's just like it sounds. You're jumping like a frog. But we're gonna travel these babies forward. So we're gonna jump like a frog, jump back, and push up again. Big jump. Yep. Okay, so if your legs are not already tight from what we just did, because basics, keep it basic. Basics are beautiful. What we're gonna do now is the long jump. And depending on how well you do that, you may not jump that long, but it'll get better over time. This really brings in the leg muscles, the quads especially. So we're gonna start down here on the line, and we're just gonna go about 25 yards with these. So you're gonna take yourself and basically pitch yourself forward, So you're gonna throw yourself forward into a bend. So you don't wanna just hit, you wanna keep bending as you hit. And keep going and going. Okay, so basically you're gonna do what I just did on the football field 3 times through if you can, but just start out with once and just work your way up, or even half of the football field. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna finish those plyos off with some box jumps. If you're not used to jumping and it just kind of scares you a little bit, just do a few pogos to kind of warm yourself up. Your feet are like a spring mechanism, so they should be right underneath your hips, and you should be bending at the knees and landing soft. So the first couple times, jump up and walk down, just try it out. But this might be the step for you when you first start, and you're just gonna do 10 to 20 box jumps. Or if you're used to them, you're gonna jump up, and you're gonna jump up, and you're gonna jump down. Or just jump up and walk down. Jump up and walk down, or jump down. You wanna land soft, you wanna bend your knees. These are awesome for the leg size and butt. So that will conclude the whole plyo segment. Now we're gonna do the real McCoy. We're gonna run these bleachers. These are 60 straight up. 60 straight up, kicks your butt. You may say a few curse words at the top, but nobody will hear you except there's no small children here right now, but you have to just kind of watch the language. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run every step. I generally do that for half the workout. I do 14 of these. 7 running every step and 7 running every other step. So I'm just gonna show you kind of what that's like. Here I go. And running back down. So if you have to, at the top of some of these bleachers, walk back and forth to recover, or start your recovery by walking down, because you really don't want your heart rate to completely drop. You need to keep moving. Don't sit down during this, because we are pushing. This is HIIT training. We are majorly pushing all your thresholds, your muscular threshold, your cardiovascular, your fat burning potential. We are pushing it to the max. So once you have finished all of this, you need to come down and do some stretching a little more intensely than we did at the beginning, holding 30 seconds to a minute, and I'll show you that in a second. But make sure when you're running these bleachers that your feet are all the way on the step. You don't want to run with your foot hanging halfway off. You want your foot securely on the step, first of all for safety, second of all it's a lot better for your Achilles, your knees, your hips, and your back. And that concludes the hardest part of our workout.